IKEA. So did you know that the first country outside of Sweden that had an IKEA store was Switzerland? So really cool. And just let me check who has been in an IKEA store in this room. Oh, who has the IKEA app on their phone? Oh, look at that. Okay. So I've learned the newest innovation since yesterday, actually, in that app is something we are going to get insights today from Anne and Dustin from IKEA. So please come up already. And actually, it is about how you can scan a room and place and position the different furniture in there already before you buy. So quite interesting. So I'm curious to learn more. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you. And maybe I can start by saying I don't even have a shopping list, so I don't know how that is. I really need that indoor navigation. I'm here to speak about Kreativ, or actually about IKEA and Kreativ. So we want to speak about how we use AI and VR to help our customers realize their dreams. But before that, let me give you a bit of a background. I am from Sweden, as maybe you hear. I now live in Switzerland, super happy about that. Both countries have so much in common. Sometimes, maybe you've heard, it's a bit confusing. There was a story, I don't know how many of you heard that story, that we need to sort out who can speak about what, who has the sand, who have the mountains, who has the skiing, etc. This was, if you haven't seen it, it was a PR campaign, you can call, from Visit Sweden, about, making once and for all Sweden, Switzerland is not the same. It looked like that. It was in the news here. And what I love with IKEA is simplicity. Less than 24 hours on Instagram, we posted this, because we believe you do not need to choose. We think it's a perfect combination, and this is what we will talk about here today. Before that, so let's have a look back. What is the Swedish heritage? I'll just share a bit of my story of IKEA. So I've been Chief Digital Officer for IKEA Switzerland now for 3.5 years. I did, however, grow up 1.5 hours from Älmhult, where the first store started. I remember as a child, we went on this weekend going to the IKEA store, and I got to play, and it was so much fun. Then, when I was 20, when I moved out of my family house and I moved to my first apartment, of course, I went to IKEA. Why not? I mean, you need to furnish the first apartment. And we picked the stuff and we put it in the car, and then we go home. Start to unpack, start to mount the furniture, where we find that, no, all pieces were there, don't worry. I also used the assembly instructions, but there was a scratch in one of the pieces. What do? I call IKEA customer service, and I say, hey, there is something wrong. Maybe it even happened in the way home. I said, there is a scratch in one of the pieces. And then they said, okay, we understand. We will send you a new one. Okay, what do I do with the old one? Don't you need proof? Do I need to take it back? Do I need to show you that it's really damaged? No, we trust you. And why do I share that story? Because I think that is one of the values of IKEA. We trust people. That means we trust coworkers, we trust our customers, and we want to be there in making a better everyday life for the many. Maybe that was then that my dream to work for this blue and yellow company started. So what is it all about? This is our vision. We started out in Älmhult, very small, by the founder Ingvar Kamprad. The vision was stated 1979, and it has not changed since. And why am I saying that? Because we talked about solving problems. This is the problem we want to solve. We don't want to sell furniture only. We want to create better everyday life, for the many people. And how do we do that? Not only by making you realize your dream home, but also taking a stand for the many. Acting on equality, acting on sustainability, acting on poverty. We want to make a dream home affordable for everyone. What does that mean in Switzerland? So as you heard, it's the first store outside of Scandinavia. 50 years we celebrate this year. So we are now 3,300 co-workers working here. We have 9, soon to be 10, during next year stores where we have our new one opening. Of course, we also exist online, in the web, and the app. So if you don't have it already, please download the app, and you will see why in a moment. These 3,300 co-workers serve that mission. We want to create a better everyday life for the many Swiss. We have 230,000 visitors in our stores every week. We have 1.3 million visitors every week online. We have also 8 values. I shared one, which is linked a bit to trust, even if it's not a direct value. It's our foundation. Another value is renew and improve, and that's why we are here today. We constantly want to renew and improve with the purpose of creating a better everyday life. So how can we use AI to help our customers to create the dream of their home? I just want to also mention that technology doesn't have a purpose in itself. I think that's what you were on to earlier as well. We need to solve a problem. And the technology needs to be combined together with people, customers, co-workers to understand, and we need to put it together into a process, a way of using that technology. Otherwise, it doesn't have a meaning, it doesn't create a value. How do we then do that? So, as I said, we're not just selling furniture, we want to help you create your dream home. That is the problem statement. How can we use AI to create your dream home? We have seen during the pandemic that 60% of our customers really needed to refurnish their space. They needed maybe to work from home. They needed maybe to have a better setup for the children being at home, etc. However, we also understand that it's very, very hard to furnish your dream home. Most of us really want to feel good. We just don't want a place to live. We want a home. Though half of everyone that wants to remodel thinks it's very tricky because I have a very hard time picture how it will look like. So how do we work with solving that problem on how can you furnish your place? In today's world, a lot of people shop online as well, and they want to have a help to understand how will it look like in my space, in my home, with my existing furniture. So, what if we look a bit back and we imagine something? I'll give you one example. I moved to Switzerland. I sold my house in Sweden. I decided to not bring any furniture, and I come here and I look at my new place. It was all furnished. Nothing wrong with the previous tenant's furniture, but it wasn't mine. So I try to look at this space and I say, how will my style fit in here? I was trying to, with my vision, remove all the furniture in that space and then try to see how can I fit that. Then I came, the apartment was blank once again. Will the sofa be too big? Will it be too small? Will that furniture fit with that sofa? Will those curtains fit with that cover? How about we start to picture that? How about we creating a visual picture with your space? And that's what we have done. And that's why I'm so happy to be here, because today is the day and you are here. When we go live, we said, it's already live, but now is when we will start to communicate about this amazing functionality. And I'm even more happy that we have Dustin, the head of mobile engineering for Kreativ, flying all the way from US to be able to share with you what this is all about.
Hi.
Over to you, Dustin.
Yeah, thanks, Anne. But yes, hi. Hey, guys. Hi, yes, I'm Dustin. I'm head of mobile engineering for IKEA Kreativ back in the US. And like Anne said, this week we are launching IKEA Kreativ for Switzerland, which is, I think, our 11th or 12th market. But I'm here today to talk to you guys about what this can do for you guys. So first off, home furnishing is spatial. Everything when you think about buying and furnishing a home, everything is based on space. You want to know how things fit, where they look. And when you think about shopping online or you think about shopping in an app, nothing is spatial. Everything's two-dimensional. It's an image. You don't really get anything out of that with value. You can obviously see what it looks like, but it doesn't actually match anything for you. And something that we talk about all the time is, what if IKEA stores looked like this? How would you shop there? Is this something that would actually give you value? And I think no, and I think most of you guys would also think no. You might as well stay at home and save the trip out of the city, right? So the big thing with this is we need to change this. This is a problem of shopping online, and we have a solution for this. So going through IKEA Kreativ, so what we have here is the idea of shopping using space. So you actually have your space to work with, or you have the spaces like you would have inside of IKEA, and you can customize those and make those special to what you're looking for. And you have a huge IKEA catalog to work through with this. And what we do is we aim to provide customers with a canvas which they can visualize their ideas and their spaces and hopefully build their dream homes. So with IKEA Kreativ, we have two complementary experiences. The first of which is being what we call showrooms. So this is basically digital twins or copies of things that you would find in IKEA stores and being able to shop through them. So these are places where you can gain inspiration. You can kind of start from a canvas that's already existing if you're not a design expert yourself. And then you can take each piece and customize it and move it around and see how those products work together and make sure they're going to fit in your space. This is easy. It's approachable. Everybody can do this right now. You can jump on the website. If you already have the app, I only saw like 5 of you, and I'm disappointed. But hopefully we can change that. I think Google has good Wi-Fi here. You could start downloading. But this is something you can jump into right away. You can do it on the train. It doesn't really matter. But the big call out here is that you can do this in your own space. So not only can you do this just for free, you can jump in and capture your own home and start to reimagine this. And we might have been a little bit late for Anne, but now we are available for all of you. So we're going to go through, I think, yes. So the next thing here is, this is obviously cross-platform. We have it on all devices. The best part is here, if you start on your phone, you can save this. It's accessible through all of your devices as long as you are an IKEA family member, which is the great reason to join the IKEA family, to have these designs and these products that you can share with everybody. I think we've got, yes. So I got here a little bit of a demo of kind of going through and designing using our tool across the website and the mobile app. But yeah, so this is a quick and easy way to go through and redesign. This is a showroom. This is an actual showroom, a matching showroom of one that is in a store. And customers are facing a wide variety of problems in figuring out how to redesign a space and match items together. And moving into new homes and apartments. And this just allows you to visualize these concepts much easier. Go down. Yes. And then everything here, what's great about all this is once you've gotten your design, everything's one click, and you can purchase all of those products that you've worked with already. And then share with your friends and family. And then this is going into a design space. So Anne was talking about going through and having an office or a room that was already furnished from the old tenant. And we can just get rid of all of those things for you, let you start from scratch, let you imagine something that you definitely couldn't imagine without moving all that furniture out, and then where do you put that, and then trying to move it all back. Not fun. But now we have an old office space that's been nicely reimagined into a beautiful kids' room, and this was all done in just a few minutes. And you didn't have to do any heavy lifting. You didn't have to run to the store if you didn't want to. You can easily just click and collect, go pick it up, and you're good to go. And then this is my portion, obviously, with the mobile app, but So this is another thing where not all experiences are going to be a total room makeover. Maybe you're just wanting to adjust a few things in the room. So we want a new couch, a new seating area here, but the rest of the room we really like. So we give the options, obviously, as you're scanning your room, you can choose which portions of it that you want to erase when you're redesigning. I think that. Perfect. And then obviously, save and you're good to go. So one of the things that I want to talk about, you guys, one is obviously this experience is in your pocket right now for some of you. And everybody has access to this already. But this isn't where we stop. We have many more places to go. And one of the things that I love that we're bringing out by the end of this year is taking this one version of a view and giving you full access. So you have any point of the room that you're able to work with. You can easily look at the room from every perspective. You can zoom in on a particular product, like the shelf or the coffee table, but you also can look at the room from every angle so that you can easily redesign any space instead of just from the one viewpoint that we have right now. This is coming to all of our existing rooms, and this is also going to be coming to your own scans as well in a little bit different of a way. And I will show that next. So the next way of bringing this to your spaces is we're looking at how we can scan your entire space. Instead of just a single viewpoint, you're actually going to be scanning your whole room, your whole first level, your apartment, whatever. And then we will 3D build that for you and let you redecorate the entire space. This is really great because you can actually get everything from every angle. And it's nice because you can see how rooms and stuff connect together. It's not just tied into one particular view. And I'm assuming with all this, you guys are going to be design experts in no time, right? Everybody can design. Well, if you aren't ready, then we'll do it for you. IKEA is experts in home design and how people can design their homes. And they have so much knowledge over 50 years in Switzerland alone of helping people design their dream homes. So using AI, solving the problems that we've talked about earlier, we will be bringing that IKEA knowledge and expertise directly to our customers and helping people understand what products fit best where, what products work with the products they already have, and then even using the color of walls and floors and all of those things to help you understand what's going to fit best in the space that you already have. But yeah, so now let me welcome Anne back on stage. In conclusion, hey guys. Thank you. In conclusion, IKEA Kreativ represents unwavering commitment and support to our customers and trying to help them bring their real spaces to life and trying to help them design their dream homes. Yes.
Good. And we have a room here where you can test, you can talk to us, you can talk to Dustin.
Yes.
You can look at catalogs, the IKEA catalog. Maybe you find a catalog from the year you were born or and take a picture and scroll through, see if you've made any changes. Maybe you get inspired. I can also say that there is a risk with this one, of course. We are so inspired that you want to redecorate everything. We tried it in our office before. We had amazing colleagues that some of them are here today. They scanned the room in the office and they had so many ideas on how to refurnish the whole office. So we had to say, no, we don't test it.
Yeah.
So it's all available. You can go to the room, check it out. You have it in the app. And if you click,
Yes.
we want to end with AI, of course, is just the beginning. We are just in the beginning. We are also looking at the solution on indoor guidance will come in the beginning of next year. There are so many possibilities. But what is true is that most jobs remains to be done and glorious future. And thank you for listening.
Thanks so much. Just stay on stage, please. Thanks so much. Incredible. And as we spoke just before your presentation, I mean, my heart is with IKEA. I spent 5 years at IKEA at the year of 2000 and met Ingvar, so awesome how it processed and proceeded. But we're a little bit ahead of time, so luckily we have the opportunity to get some questions. So, are there questions, gibt's Fragen zu der Lösung von IKEA, zu der technischen Lösung insofern? natürlich Dustin und Anders entsprechend beantworten können. Are there any questions in the room, please? We have also the Google microphone, so Bianca is very keen to throw that microphone into the room.
Right? So I was
over there.
Where is it? Yeah, I have to throw it. So you.
Oh my God, no.
Oh.
I played volleyball for 20 years.
There's a microphone inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you speak into it.
Okay. So in English,
Please.
I could imagine once you scanned the room, it would be helpful to, if you have a VR device, some kind of VR device, you can import it and look at your room in the VR device. Is that planned?
This is something we're looking into. This is something we're looking into mostly for the full room scans. With the single room, it's not as helpful, or the single view, it's not as helpful because any movement of your head, then you're kind of off space from that original camera viewpoint. But it is something that we're looking into for our whole room spaces, yes.
But, sorry, if I understood it right, you plan to make a 3D model of your own room also, as well, later?
Yes, yes, I'm agree. Yes.
And then it will make sense, probably. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And maybe we can say for the ones who doesn't have the VR glasses, we're also looking into, and that's a test already in France, that we have in the store a bit of space. It's not a VR space, but it's an immersive experience. So it's something we're looking into.
Yes.
Also, if we will take these solutions, you can come to our store and see your own space in the stores.
So I take the microphone. Probably you don't need to throw it back, right? There might be another question. Then you throw it to that person.
Exactly. Some more questions.
There was one behind, so you need to look up. Or
Just
there.
behind you?
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi.
You mentioned that designing the space takes minutes, but it takes minutes if you know what you're looking for. So if you know what Kallax is, if you know what Pux is, then it takes minutes. If you don't, you suggest, if I got it well, you suggest there's a sort of AI that generates design. Is that based on a customer's preferences? If it is, how much data and how do you collect the data to generate those preferences?
So as of right now, we're not using that. That was part of the future things that we have coming soon. But the idea behind it is it's around your shopping habits. It's also, we do gather data from your room itself. So we're going to understand the colors and the items that you already have. So we can use that to work with. But obviously, we can use the data around what you have been looking at through IKEA, what you have purchased in the past. And then we're using IKEA's understanding of how furniture and items go together. So if you were to place a bed, then obviously we will know kind of which nightstands or those kinds of things go with that. And then if you placed nightstands, we have the idea of like what are the best table lamps or anything like that to go with that. So it's going to be building off of each individual item you place. We're going to understand suggestions and placements in the room for you. This is all something we're working on for, I'm hoping, early next year to launch to every design.
Thank you.
Thank you. There was another question there. If you throw it there, you need to lift your hand so that the person knows whom to. There was someone that wanted to raise something. You forgot.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
It's getting more interactive.
Otherwise, we throw the ball. And you have a second one.
So
Yeah.
someone else
Yes.
goes up. As you collect data, how much of a concern, how do you look at the whole privacy part?
The privacy. So I mean,
privacy of the customer data. To what extent do you associate the pictures and the tastes to a person? To what extent is it anonymous? And how much of a concern is protecting that data to you guys?
Obviously, security of someone's data is very important to us. Everything that is around that is tied generally to your that single experience. We're not trying to hold data across multiple experiences. We want to make sure each one is individualized, and we're not holding that onto like your user account. But obviously, your scans and all of those kinds of things do exist within the IKEA family, and we do protect those. Everything is secure from the moment that you take the capture to uploading, and then nothing is shared outward unless you specifically choose to share those with your friends and family.
Yeah, and maybe I can add on.
Yeah.
data and ethics is in the key of IKEA, and we are really also one in the forefront of sharing what we use the data for, why we capture the data. Even I can also say now we have the new legislation in Switzerland starting 1st September. We worked already here in GDPR-like matter because we care about the data. We want to not make it complex. We want that the customer understands and they agree to using the data. So what we use it for, it needs to be a win-win as well, for sure. So that's really important. Good question.
Thanks for the question. Anybody else? Oh yeah, throw it there. First line.
No.
This is safe to throw. Thank you.
Done 20 years experience. So first of all, I would like to say it's a really excellent solution. I also a customer of IKEA and I love it. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And maybe a short introduction about the software. Which kind of software you use? Maybe industry software or something like it, or your own software, and maybe in-home GPS.
So the technology we're using, everything on device is pretty generic. We're using ARKit that you would find on iOS. We're using AR Core that you would find on Android. A lot of those are native solutions for how we're actually gathering the information, the AR planes, and building those. We do have our own in-house solutions for how we are taking all of that data and then mapping it into 3D models and understanding the lighting models and how we would actually build the space that you're going to be designing. That's all done in-house and using AI and training through different pipelines. But the technology kind of, we're not really using a lot of anybody else's. Everything's kind of in-house with us. That's why we are now partnering with IKEA itself. And you don't need anything special. Everybody has the devices already. And that's kind of what we wanted to push for, was that it's not something that you have to go out and get or do. It's just there. And like I said, from the AR portion to the 3D design tools, it's built into every device. Specifically on the design tools, we're using OpenGL on web, and we're using Molten VK on iOS or on mobile for a cross-platform solution. So you have the exact experience on both devices. Yeah.
Thank you. I think we have time for one more.
Sure.
Yeah,
you do?
one more. You love catching that. Yeah.
Way up top.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I might. No, I think the audience.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
Good catch.
It looks heavier than it is, right?
What about your volleyball career?
Very good. So I'm not paid to make a team exercise here in the room, but I'm Michi, I'm from Artifact, and I have a question. You talked there about the service that you made, or you're offering actually, that you can make the room design as well for your customers. Now, if you think that further, also in the trends, what we have seen with AI, have you also thought that there might be kind of an interaction from a chatbot or any sort of a device, and then basically it collects all what you might be, who you are, what your style guide could be, and then instead of me designing it by myself or IKEA folks doing it, having it automatically done by the AI?
Yes, obviously. This is something that if you're not looking into this stuff right now, you're falling behind. But yes, we are looking into this. This is something that we are actively working on. One of the things I love about IKEA Kreativ and what we do, our team, a very large portion of our team is research, and that's continually pushing what we have and trying to push to the next thing. And we have started looking into this around just like being able to type in what you're kind of looking for or talking about what you're looking for and then a room being generated. And I think integrating the design tools and all of that is just the first step. Once we have that portion down, then our system was easily going to understand, once you have this item, then these go with it, and that'll all just tie back into that technology.
And if you feel insecure, we have interior design service in the stores using perfect AI technology as well. So you're very welcome to come there as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.